Hello everyone, welcome to Roma Theory. It's morning here. As I said yesterday, I am leaving for Spain in a few hours. So, just to not miss out on a day, I woke up earlier. Sorry, it's not normally the time I wake up when I'm on holiday, but yeah, the things I do for you. Today, pre-recorded live stream. You're gonna see this at the normal time. I'm just filming this in the morning with my hot chocolate. No, not hot chocolate, milk chocolate. It's the go-to when you do these live streams. And we've got a few things to talk about today. The first one, the most important one, being something which I still can't believe I'm reading. Anthony Taylor. Yes, Anthony Taylor got the award of an elite referee from the UEFA and remains an elite referee for next season, meaning that he will be refereeing in big games, not just in the Premier League, but in the Champions League and in the Europa League, the tournament we're in. And we're also going to speak about Belotti's renewal, because Belotti's renewal is official. News on that, thoughts on that, and opinions on that, if it was worthy, if it was worth it or not, and yeah, we'll talk about that. But before this stream, as you probably know if you are an OG subscriber, is supported by Goals TV. Goals TV is a football streaming platform that is focused on providing football fans like every one of us here, especially in the North American region, with a single destination on the internet for fans of the beautiful game to meet, discover new content, and embrace the game like they never have before. All types of football content are on the platform. Everything from match reactions to vlogs to FIFA content to trading cards. If you're a football fan just like me, and I'm pretty sure everyone here, there is something for you on Ghost TV 100%. It is also added onto this, currently free. All users that sign up for Ghost TV right now don't need to pay, zero money. All you need to do is use creator code ROMA at checkout and click the link in the description below, or scan the QR code next to me to get your subscription. Do it because it's free. If you're a football fan, you've got everything there. It supports this community and channel a lot. So if you like this channel, not only smash the like button right now, but also support and create your account over at Ghost TV. It is currently available for desktop and iOS, and it is coming very soon to Android. And as I said, for 33 times, it is 100% free. Also, something very important about Ghost TV is that we are seeing a big evolution of the MLS, and this is obviously a football in general, but it's focused on American football, like MLS, not American football. And Messi is joining Inter Miami, Busquets is joining Inter Miami. I believe in my visions that the trio will be completed with Jordi Alba joining Inter Miami in a bit. So if you're a Messi fan and you don't have a place to follow him when he plays in Miami, this is the perfect place for you. So yeah, click the link in the description below or scan the QR code next to me. And thanks for Ghost TV for sponsoring this. Right, let's get into this. Anthony Taylor, the bold prick. UEFA basically said that he remains an elite referee despite the robbery in that Europa League final. Now, the first reaction when I read this is I am speechless. I am speechless because how are we supposed to play next season when the main body of the association we play in doesn't learn from their mistakes? How are we supposed to tackle yet another season if there are always going to be the same mistakes? That is the first question out there. Why is it, and this is something which we said last time as well, why is it that when these mistakes and these scandals happen, UEFA doesn't get a mirror, look at themselves and go, I have made an absolutely terrifying mistake. I am going to apologize to everyone so that I make myself look good, and we proceed on to the next season. But yet, no, what do is they get a mirror and go, ha, these mistakes that we've made. You know what? Let's actually call Anthony Taylor an elite referee. That is not the way you work. And you're the biggest body in football after FIFA. FIFA's worldwide, UEFA's European. Football is European based. The centre of football is in Europe. We have got the responsibility to cover European football. And yet they are an absolute clown society which are ruling us like a monopoly. I'm sorry, but this makes no sense. How is he an elite referee? And again, it's not like he made the Europa League mistake. He is well known for making mistakes, and yet, no, let's not make him pay the mistakes he's made by maybe relegating him a few categories. Let's promote him as an elite referee. That makes as sense as an airport without airplanes. How is Roma, but yet any other team who has been affected by referees' mistake, how do they continue their evolution if they are always going to be targeted? And if the players, the referees, the associations which target never learn from their mistakes? And that to me makes zero sense. It makes zero sense. Because they just blame other people, which are not them, to kind of scrap away the responsibilities of admitting that they've made mistakes. Because, let's be honest here. The reason why this happened is because they can't go, he's actually made so many mistakes, I am going to ban him for his lifetime. They can't do that, because if they do that, that will present a very dark image towards the world of UEFA, towards the environment of the people who work there. And so they are forced to go, well, Anthony Taylor's an elite referee. He is. But even though that's not true, they have to do that, because otherwise, as I said before, they are creating a monopoly here. And the sequel, the evolution of this monopoly is not looking good, ladies and gentlemen. It's not looking good. I'm sorry, but it's not. I think something very important to understand, which is kind of my conclusion to everything. Today is the 26th of June. Basically 1 month ago, we were robbed in the Europa League final. Done. I'm over that. I had a few days where they were the worst day of my life. I am over that. We've lost that final. There's nothing we can do. The referees were absolute gobshite, but there's nothing I can do about it. I lost that final. Peace out. You win, you lose. Problem is, this is not going to be the last time we are going to be targeted and scandalized and abused by these referees, because as a matter of fact, I know it's not going to be the last time, and so other teams. Again, this is a I'm speaking on the behalf of Roma here, but this perspective can be applied to any other team. They've made mistakes. It's not going to be the last time. In the near future, we are going to be harassed by referees again. And my conclusion to everything, which is it's an easy conclusion to make, but unfortunately it's a conclusion which has to be made, is that when an organization has to deal with a lot of money, it becomes corrupt. Unless enough people outside that organization take care to fight it and to put it down and to fight against that corruption. It's a universal constant in the human society as well. When an organization has to deal with so much money, it becomes corrupt. And that is why me, 17-year-old Roma fan, is deep down the basis of my what do you want to call it, of why I'm protesting against these referees, is because of this. This is the base of UEFA's corruption. Then there are plenty other branches of corruption. You know, if you remember Michel Platini before Alexander Cheferin, he was scandalized by corruption. So it's a well-known league because of the massive amounts of money which are circulating around it. If I have to be very honest with you, I also feel like, again, maybe this is more of a personal perspective because I'm young and because, yes, I am 17 years old, but I've been following football since I was like 7, but obviously you tend to start understanding these more complex things when you're a bit older. So let's say I started to get deep into these complex things at 15, and I'm 17, almost 18 right now. So that's 2-3 years of me kind of looking at the real side of football, the real side of UEFA, right? 2-3 years is that much. But I have to be very honest with you. 3 years ago, at least this is my personal perspective, because again, I'm young and I'm sure many other young people watching this have the same. 3 years ago, or more than 3 years ago, UEFA was less corrupt. It was still corrupt, but it was less corrupt. That's just my take on this. And thinking about this well, I feel like there have been a few events which have made UEFA more corrupt than what it was before. And these two events are the Super League events, which happened in 2020 or 2019, if I'm not wrong, and the takeovers of Chelsea, Man City, and PSG. With these two events clashed together, UEFA started to give more importance to money circulation, and they started embracing the term money over ethics in the world of football. That's just my take on this. Again, I'm young, and you're probably going, this is nonsense. I am older than you. I can guarantee you UEFA has been corrupt 20 years ago too. And I am sure it was corrupt, but not as to the levels of in 2023. That Super League events and those takeovers of not Saudi teams, because not all of them were Saudi teams, but takeovers which involved incredible amounts of money, are the reason why UEFA is this corrupt. Super League, because I say this all the time, teams which wanted the Super League are now being milked by UEFA, because otherwise, if UEFA doesn't kind of help them and support them, they are scared they're going to collaborate together and build that Super League. And if that Super League gets built, UEFA, Champions League, Europa League get completely extinct. And the takeovers about money. Before the Man City takeover, the PSG takeover, and the Chelsea takeover, money wasn't as important. But because they invested so much money in this, UEFA is forced to give such an important value to this circulation of money. And unfortunately, that's just the way it is. It's just and this is part of me really wants Man United not being taken over by Saudis. I really hope it doesn't happen. Because if we have yet another superpower get taken over by the Saudis and by oil money, things are going to diverge even more. So look, it's complicated and it's ruining the good sense of football. Football is for the fans. Fans are for football. Fans made football. Football is for the fans, and that's just the way it has to be. But yeah, I mean, I have to be very honest with you. I don't even know why I'm here talking about this, because it hasn't directly got anything linked with Roma, but unfortunately will link with us, because we will have scandals against us again. It's just going to happen. And this thing that Anthony Taylor got captain as elite referee, it is shambolic. It is absolutely shambolic. There's nothing we can do about it. They've got a lot of power. And yeah, I mean, it's impossible to change this. Because, yeah, it's all about the money, money, money. We don't need the money, money, money. Anyways, I'm done with that rant, that Anthony Taylor rant, and that UEFA corruptcy rant. Let's diverge back to Roma, because it's the most important thing. Belotti has renewed his contract. It was made official until 2025. This is a contract which, in my opinion, doesn't make sense. It doesn't fully make sense, but I can track this down. First reason, Jose loves him as a player. Obviously, he's not going to be the first striker, most probably not even the second striker, when Tammy is going to be back. So Belotti is most probably going to fall down to third striker. With that being said, Mourinho loves his squad depth. Mourinho loves and wants as many players as possible. And he likes Belotti. Not because he scores the goals, but he fights for the team. And that's the first reason. Second reason, I don't think we would have monetized a lot for a player whose contract would have extended next year. So it's, in fact, maybe it actually extended this year, but we renewed his contract. Anyways, he had short, limited time in his contract. If we want to sell him with 1/0 years left in his contract, we would have monetized zero. I'm not saying we're going to monetize much even with his extension of the contract, but we're definitely in a position to ask more money because, he's still linked with us. And I think the third reason is you never judge a transfer after one season. And that's probably the most important reason. This is a fundamental rule, basic of football. You never judge a player after one transfer, after 1 year. You judge a player after 2/3 years. And we know this very well, being Roma fans. The last example of this is Tammy Abraham. Had an exceptionally well first year, had a terrible year in his second year. When it comes to Tammy's case, Tammy needs a third year to get his judgment done, because obviously we're equal now. 1 good year, 1 bad year. The next one is going to be obviously the crucial one. But he's unlucky because he's most probably going to miss the majority of next year, and he's never going to be the same player he was before. But we've got plenty of names that we could make, which either were terrible in the first year and then made themselves great in the second year, or opposite. So we can never judge a player after 1 year. Another example is Veretout. Veretout started very well with Fonseca when we bought him. Under Mourinho, he was a useful player, but he was a bang average player. And that's the reason we sold him. So, yeah, I think Belotti needs another chance. If we get an offer around 10 to 15 million, which in my opinion is very hard to find, but if by any miracle we do have an offer involving a 10, 15 million offer to sign him, then I would accept it, because that's a lot of money. But otherwise, I would give him another chance. He would fall under third striker. We still need that striker as priority. It's the most important position to kind of clarify in this transfer window. It's most probably going to happen in July. As we said many times, Scamacca is an option, Morata is an option. We have a lot of options. We could have also a surprise. You never know with the Fredkins. But again, sticking back to Belotti, I think we have to give him 1 more year. We have to give him 1 more year, especially because it doesn't take a lot of effort to improve what he did this year. Because look, according to the logics, if he scores 1 goal throughout the entire season next season, he's technically not done better than the first year, and that's an improvement. So it doesn't take an incredible player to improve what he's done in the first year, because 0 goals in the Serie A is very hard to match it again. I'm sure, I'm going to put my signature on everything here. Belotti is at least going to score 1 goal in the Serie A this season. I am guaranteed. You know what? If this live stream gets 100 likes, Belotti's going to score. Belotti's going to enter the double figures. So he's going to score 10 or more goals. How much do you bet? Just get 100 likes in this stream. But no, I think, it doesn't take an incredible player to improve what Belotti has done. Obviously, we want more than just a simple improvement, because a simple improvement is not going to be enough. We need a big improvement. He is a proven player in this league. He was a great player at Torino. Yes, he's not the same player he was before, But it's also a big jump going from Torino to Roma. So maybe he adapted himself in the first year. He can only be better now. If he doesn't follow this, growing graphic, then he can be sold either in January or in the summer window. But now that we've renewed his contract, if we want to sell him, we are in a position to ask for a bit more money, because he's not ending his contract anytime soon, because he extended his contract for 3 years. And again, Belotti likes this team. He loves this team. He's fallen in love with this team, and that's another reason which made him want to stay. But yeah, look, ladies and gentlemen, I want your opinions. I know we didn't have the live chat today because it's a pre-recorded stream, but I want your opinions on this. Everybody, comment down below what you think on this Anthony Taylor UEFA scandals things. I'm very curious to read these comments because it's a big topic. As I said yesterday, I am leaving in a few hours for Spain. I'm going to relax a bit with my friends. I'm going to be back on Saturday, but I am planning to film. So I'm planning to film, so don't worry. And yeah, if you haven't already, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. 100 likes and Belotti scores double figures this season. Also, don't forget about Goals TV, link in the description, or scan the QR code next to me to subscribe, free whatsoever if you love football. And yeah, I'll catch you tomorrow. If you haven't already, click all of the things below, and I'll catch you very, very soon. See you out.